not to finish.
On the Swiss side, you had a tally of 14 medals in Torino. I spoke with the leaders of Swiss Olympic. Definitely I think that the 14 medals is their goal, and our experts here in-house say that this is absolutely feasible. Your alpine team is extremely strong, your curling team is extremely strong, the snowboard, the ski cross, all of that is boding extremely well. Of course, we should not forget figure skating, we should not forget bobsleigh. So definitely I think you have a very good team, very well prepared, and that will definitely also ignite the interest of the games in your own country.
Do you have any comments before we go into Vancouver regarding the doping issue, especially bearing in mind what happened in Turin?
We are going to continue our policy of unannounced out-of-competition testing. This is something that is the major weapon to trace the cheats. So we are going to do that. We are also going to store the samples for 8 years, like we did in Beijing. And as you know, in Beijing, because a new Sera EPO test was on the market, we retested, and then we had the 6 positive extra cases that were not found during the games themselves. So this is going to be the strategy: unannounced out-of-competition testing. Targeted testing, that means that we target according to information we get from the grassroots level, very crucial information. If, for instance, we see that an athlete is disappearing out of competition to reappear at a very late period, we try to know why. If at a certain moment we see that an athlete is augmenting his performances in a way that we believe is not very natural, if in the various blood controls we see something suspicious in what we call the longitudinal profile, we again are going to target this or that athlete. So that's definitely what we are going to do.
Concerning the snow situation at Cyprus Mountain, given the sort of unusually warm weather, is this a concern to the IOC, and are the precautions taken by VANA deemed sufficient, and is there even a contingency plan in place?
The contingency plan was that when it was cold and it was snowing, they made reserve of snow as a pile up snow and on the top of the hill in case of warmer weather. So indeed it's warm actually, it's going to be warm tomorrow again. I think it's going to rain quite a bit tomorrow, Friday, but then after that the weather will cool off. So the expectation is that they can make snow again, but if for any reason it was no more snow, it will be enough snow to organize the game in Cyprus for the game.
Is the cost of hosting the Olympic Games in danger of putting the Games out of reach of anything but the biggest and wealthiest cities or places in the world?
We do all efforts to keep the Games into control. And if you look at the operational cost of the Games since 10 to 15 years, they are in line with the inflation. And on the government side, of course, we are not sovereign. It is not up to us to decide what the government might decide in terms of general infrastructure. And you've had games with a lot of general infrastructure. I think of Athens, I think of Beijing, but you've had games with very little general infrastructure. I think of Atlanta, because they had everything in place.
If an African country is likely and hopefully will host the Games soon, it's likely to have to make a huge spend on infrastructure, which is not sporting infrastructure, to accompany the Games. So isn't that really part of the cost that has to be factored in?
I could not live with the thought to have to say to athletes, oh, well, you know, we went there to please public opinion, but the Games were a chaos. Sorry, it would be better next time. There would be no next time for these athletes. The Games are for the athletes. If at the same time, while providing the quality for the athletes, we can also go to a region that has never organized the Games, then fine, it's okay, and we're happy about that. But the priority is not on serving a continent or a subcontinent. It is an added value, it is a bonus, but not more than that. We were very happy to go to Brazil for the first time in South America, with the knowledge that these will be good games and they will benefit also from the investments of the FIFA World Cup 2 years before, 2014. But we did not choose Brazil because South America never got the games. We chose Brazil because of quality.